What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show where I let you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, the PC, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. This week's headliner, Remnant from the Ashes, a game that was totally off my radar until just a couple of days ago, is coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. But on top of that, a brand new adventure from Double Fine, a brand new game from Tokyo RPG Factory, tons of games worth talking about on today's show. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this week's top releases. First off, we have Remnant from the Ashes coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Remnant from the Ashes is a third-person survival action shooter set in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by monstrous creatures. As one of the last remnants of humanity, you will set out alone or alongside up to two other players to face down hordes of deadly enemies and epic bosses and try to carve a foothold, rebuild, and then retake what was lost. A remnant of mankind, the world has been thrown into chaos by an ancient evil from another dimension. Humanity is struggling to survive, but they possess the technology to open portals to other realms and alternate realities. They must travel through these portals to uncover the mystery of where the evil came from, scavenge resources to stay alive, and fight back to carve out a foothold for mankind to rebuild. Endless, fantastic realms await. Explore dynamically generated worlds that change each time you play through them, creating new maps, enemy encounters, quest opportunities, and in-world events. Each of the game's 4 unique worlds is filled with monstrous denizens and environments that will provide fresh challenges with each playthrough. Adapt and explore, or die trying. Scavenge, upgrade, specialize, overcome tough as nails enemies and epic bosses throughout hostile environments to earn experience, valuable loot, and upgrade materials you can use to build a wicked arsenal of weapons, armor, and modifications to approach each encounter dozens of unique ways. And of course, strength comes in numbers. Invading other worlds to seek an end to the root is dangerous and survival is far from guaranteed. Team up with up to 2 other players to increase your chances of survival, and teamwork is necessary to make it through the game's toughest challenges and unlock its greatest rewards. This game is definitely one that off the bat lends itself to being a co-op experience. If you can dive in with 1 or 2 other people to take on the world of Remnant from the Ashes, you're probably going to have a better time. With that being said, the game is still totally playable in a solo format, so you are good to go if you are like me and tend to be a single player. But on top of that, as I said at the beginning of today's show, this is a sleeper hit. I had no idea this game was coming out until just a couple of days ago, but the more I watch it, the more I fall in love with it. I love the overall post-apocalyptic setting, I love the weapons, I love the shooting. It looks very tight, it looks like a fantastic third-person action shooter and one that is definitely worth checking out in 2019. So if you do want to check out Remnant from the Ashes, it is launching this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. A ton of people have been streaming it on Twitch if you do want to check out some gameplay beforehand, but man, this is one that snuck up on me, and I must say, this could be one of the best releases of the fall. Next up, we have RAD coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC from Double Fine Productions. RAD is a 3D action roguelike set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has faced Armageddon not once, but twice. Playing as a teenage protagonist, you must venture into the Fallow, an ever-changing radioactive wasteland filled with unknown and unspeakable creatures. But humanity's future comes at a great personal cost. As the deeper you journey into unknown lands, the more you will expose yourself to gnarly toxins which will wreak havoc on your fragile human form. The fate of the world depends on you, your trusty bat, and whatever strange new abilities you gain as the world around you ravages your body, twisting and mutating you into something far less human, but far more powerful. But forget all of that, go grab that sweet bat and help save the world, or what's remaining of it anyway. The first point I want to make is that this is a fantastic idea. The mutations element here is phenomenal because that's where you get your abilities, that's where you get your attacks. I love that idea. With that being said, I'm still on the fence about the actual combat. The jury is still out on that one. I'm not entirely sold on it, and if you check reviews for RAD, I would say a lot of the reviewers actually agree with that kind of sentiment, and the game is generally not getting the best reviews. Not the worst reviews, but definitely not the best reviews if you are somebody that does take reviews into consideration. Of course, you should remain totally and completely subjective when it comes to your specific judgment, but at the same time, it's worth taking into consideration. Now, Double Fine has a history of fantastic pieces of content if you do want to check out their previous entries in their library, but this is one of the biggest indie releases of the fall, and again, RAD is coming out this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC if you do want to see what the mutations can bring to your gameplay. play. And to round out this week's main releases, we have Oninaki coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC from Tokyo RPG Factory. Reincarnation is the foundation of our way of life. It is grief of death which shackles the living and causes the dead to stray. So, do we turn our grief to joy as we send off the dead, but the souls of those who held back their tears in life still need salvation in death, a duty that falls to the Watchers. Their task is to guide the wandering souls known as the Lost and serve as keepers of the living world and the beyond. The Watchers sever the bonds that tie the lost to this world and send them on to the next. They navigate the emotions of the living and the dead. They prize life above all else. The new action RPG Oninaki tells the story of one Watcher on a journey to protect life after death. Oninaki features exciting hack-and-slash style battles with deep customization of your demons and weapons, and experience unique action gameplay combined with a deep and satisfying story. So again, like I said, Tokyo RPG Factory, now famous for the past couple of years of entries, including stuff like I Am Setsuna from 2016 and Lost Sphere, so essentially this is the studio's third big game, and I must say I'm pretty impressed with the gameplay. The hack and slash style isn't necessarily for me, but I know a ton of people definitely are interested in that kind of experience, and for good reason, because it is incredibly fun, and it definitely is going to be good on the go with the Nintendo Switch. But I'm excited to see what the hardcore fans of Tokyo RPG Factory think about this game when it comes out this week. However, if you do want to check out Oninaki, it's coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC in just a couple of days. And to round out today's show entirely, a few honorable mentions. First off, Life is Strange 2 Episode 4 is hitting all of the platforms where the rest of the episodes are available, including the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. And on top of that, Black Desert is finally launching its big MMO world on the PlayStation 4 after a brief beta held last week, and of course after many years on PC. But that rounds out this week's episode of The Drop. Of course, if you enjoyed it, drop me a like down below, and in the comments section, let me know what you thought about this week's game releases. Did anything catch your eye? Are you going to be picking anything up? I would love to read all of your thoughts. On top of that, if you are brand new to the channel, check out the other content. I have new stuff that I upload throughout the week, and of course, follow me on Twitch at Samuel Adams, because there's always going to be cool stuff happening over there as well. But without further ado, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. I will talk to you soon, and peace.